Hello, beautiful goddesses and gods. Welcome to the temple. My name is Elle. I am a tarot reader and goddess guide, and this is my very first reading for this channel. So welcome, everyone. So pleased to have you here. So excited to be doing this reading for this channel today. So we are going to be doing a reading, taking a look at what next big opportunity or offer is coming to you. Now, this is primarily in the realm of career, but it can also be about any kind of maybe like creative project or something like that. It could be a side hustle. It could be something that you're passionate about that you haven't necessarily started making any income from yet or whatever. So just take it to fit whatever your situation is, and trust that if you're pulled to one of the piles, that there is a message related to something in your life that you need to hear right now regarding an opportunity or offer that is coming to you. So without further ado, to introduce the piles, if you are drawn to the beautiful Kuan Yin goddess here, and the keywords on this card are kindness and nurturing, you will be pile number 1. If you like to choose with crystals, the crystal for pile 1, whoopsie, is the green moss agate, or just moss agate. So your pile number 1. Pile number 2, if you're drawn to the gorgeous, luscious Aphrodite, eternal love, you will be pile number 2, and your crystal is this little lapis lazuli pendant. We've just got a little bit of afternoon light, so I might need to put a lamp on in a minute, but hopefully you can see that. It's kind of navy with little flecks of gold in it. Okay, pile number 3, we have got, whoops, I've just thrown your card off the table. That's not a very good start. 1 second, pile 3. Oh my goodness, and with my nails I couldn't pick it up. Right, there we go. Pile number 3, you are Isis, sacred contracts. So if you are drawn to the gorgeous Isis here, the powerful Isis, or the Amazonite crystal, you will be pile number 3. So my lovelies, take a little moment to check in with your intuition. See which pile is drawing you in, whether it's the picture of one of the goddesses or the crystal or just the energy of the pile. Just really ground your energy first and take a deep breath and see which is drawing you in. And I look forward to seeing you in your pile. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose the beautiful Kuan Yin goddess or the moss agate stone, then this will be your reading. Okay, so let's get into it. We've got some oracle cards first up, and then I've also got the crystal magic tarot, which I'm going to pull from after we go through the channel messages that I've got for you, or the guidance that I've picked up from the beautiful Kuan Yin for you first. So to begin with, we've got from the astrology deck, we've got the Pisces card. We have got the creatrix, creativity. So this is my creatives in this pile. We've got a moonlit dance, feminine energy. Gorgeous. We've got Vesta card, which is one of it's a goddess, but also an asteroid, a goddess asteroid. So for those of you who are new to asteroids in your birth chart, this could be something that could be worth looking up, seeing where Vestas falls in your astrology chart. Excuse me. We've got the attachment card number 5. We have got card number 23, confidence. It comes with time and practice. Excuse me. Hopefully you can read that. Oops, I'll just move that up a little bit. We've got library, take control of your own narrative, card number 22. And we've got happy family, card number 4. Okay. The light is dimming a little bit, but hopefully we can last with the natural light because it's so beautiful. I'm currently filming this in Cornwall, but it's being filmed in January. So the light, and in the afternoon, the light starts to get dark. Cornwall, UK, the light starts to get dark quite soon in the afternoon. So I'm just hoping we can kind of get through this without me needing to put some artificial light in, but let's see how we get on. Alrighty, so pile number 1. The messages that I got through from Kuan Yin for your reading in terms of the opportunity or offer that is coming to you is that you are going to be going through a really beautiful period of creativity. I see here with the creatrix and creativity, and also Pisces as an astrological sign, which is all about creativity and intuition and going with the flow and being in a receptive mode and having kind of like intuitive downloads or intuitive messages or like really creative messages or ideas come through. It's ruled by Neptune, who is the god of the sea. So it's that kind of, if you think of that like watery, flowy, sort of intuitive, feminine, mystical energy, or energy. A lot of creative people, like a lot of filmmakers, photographers, painters, writers, artists, things like that, often have Pisces really dominant in their chart. There might be a Pisces sun sign, or they might have Pisces, say, in their 10th house, like house of career or something like that. So if you're not familiar with astrology, it could be really worth getting your birth chart read and seeing, or just having a look online. There's plenty of free charts online, and you can see where Pisces falls in your chart. It doesn't have to be that. Don't worry too much if Pisces isn't one of those kind of major things. Also, I just heard as well, North Node. You might be Pisces North Node. But it's just that's the energy that's going to be coming in for you. You're going to be in a really receptive state. You're going to have a lot of creative ideas. I can see this person's here up with the moon behind them. So they're up late at night, writing down lots of ideas. There's lots of books here behind them. So maybe some of you are writers, or you've got an idea for a book. And your guides are saying, like, get it down, write it down, write these ideas down, or just start to work with these ideas. This is the opportunity or offer that is coming to you that is going to be something that is going to propel you, is what I'm hearing. So it's really important to kind of be in that really receptive state. We've also got with a moonlit dance and feminine energy. This is also, it's along a similar vein to the Pisces energy I was talking about, with that feminine, receptive, being in that, going with the flow, with the flow of ideas that are coming in. You can see in this card as well, this is a woman dancing under a full moon, and it says about feminine energy. So she's very like surrendered. You can see like her arms are up behind her head. She's like, woo, like, what's coming to me? Like, I love myself, I love my body, I love my life, this is great. Like, I'm ready for some new ideas, I'm ready to get creative, I'm ready to get juicy. So it might be that for some of you, dancing could be something that could help free up your energy a little bit, so that you can tap into this creative flow state to help your ideas come through. So just think about that a little bit. If you've maybe been feeling a little bit sluggish, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere like me, especially if you're in the UK like me, or somewhere really cold, you might have been, you know, a little bit feeling a little bit sluggish over the winter, which is perfectly natural and perfectly normal, not knocking that at all. Sometimes we need to go through periods of hibernation and all of that, and be in tune with the seasons, which I'm all about. But in this case, your guides are kind of saying that, like, if you want to really tap into and harness this opportunity, maybe just a little bit of movement. And you don't have to go outside and dance under the full moon, like in your nightdress, like this lovely lady is doing here, or in a forest, or anything quite that extreme. You know, if you want it, then great, go ahead. But otherwise, just, you know, like, you can do it in your bedroom. You can put some fun music on, or some like sensual music on, something that really gets you in the mood, you know, and just move those hips, move that energy. It's all about kind of moving that like energy around your sacral chakra. So just to quickly explain for those of you that are new to chakras are just energy centers in the body. The second main energy center, there's 7 main ones, and the second main one is called your sacral chakra, which is like this area around here, your hips. And you can see in this particular card, this woman sort of looks like she's sort of moving her hips around. She's got one hip kind of jutted out. So she's very much in that kind of sensual feminine energy. And what I'm kind of seeing for you here from your reading, Pearl One, is tapping into that sensual, receptive, feminine energy. Getting your energy moving around your sacral chakra will help kind of loosen up the flow and help that energy rise up like through your body and up and down through all those energy centers, so that you can channel ideas, you can receive ideas, you can be that like receptor, almost like a radio, you know, when you turn a radio on and you tune it right, and it's a receptor for like the I'm going to embarrass myself now because I don't really know how radios work, but this is what I'm channeling through for you, is that you tune yourself in, and then you're in the right mode to kind of like get the, you know, the waves or whatever, the radio waves of that particular channel. So getting yourself moving could be really, really helpful to get some ideas flowing. It's just like getting that energy flowing again, getting it moving. Pisces season could be a really good time to do that. It could be a really useful time. If you're watching this video at the time of upload, Pisces is coming up really soon. So next month, in March, the 21st or the 20th, I think, is the new moon in Pisces. So that season could be a really useful time for you to tap into this like flow of creative ideas, and just really watch out, because I feel like for you, pile number one, there's some kind of great opportunity that's going to come from an idea that's going to come through. And it's important with Kuan Yin and nurturing here that you really nurture that idea or those ideas that come through. For some of you, I'm literally getting that some of you might be dancers. So it might be that if you are a dancer or like a choreographer or something like that, this is quite a specific message, so this will just be for a few of you. But you know, if you are into dancing, or you're thinking of taking dance classes, or you're thinking of creating a dance video or a dance platform or a new like production or something along those lines, or a new style of dance even, like this is the time to do it. This is the time to kind of get that idea off the ground, to get it going, to move forward with it. I'm really seeing this new opportunity for you as a really it's a very, very creative time, but it's all about sort of opening yourself up and receiving that creativity that the universe is trying to give to you. And it's about making sure that you're in the right like energetic state, like a kind of Pisces fish, if you like, who's just flowing in the sea, like kind of, you know, we're going with the flow of the ocean, and the ocean's kind of going to take it there. If you go with the flow and really like nurture that idea, nurture that creativity, you know, whenever it strikes, I'm seeing some of you, this might strike late at night. You might get some ideas through late at night. You might be up writing late. I see some of you, writing like either maybe late at night or early in the morning. With this Kuan Yin card, this looks like a sunrise to me. It's like the sun's just starting to come up. There's this beautiful pink sky, or maybe even sunset, but I'm kind of getting sunrise. So it may be that some of you are sitting there going like, oh, I don't have time for any creativity, like I've got to go to work. And it's like, okay, well, if you want this opportunity to take you where you want to go, then it might be you need to carve out some time, like early in the morning or late at night, when no one else is around and you don't have any other responsibilities or distractions or work or whatever, to really tap into that creative flow zone. So with this attachment card down here and the mask, I feel like maybe some of you have been perhaps a little bit attached to the outcome of a certain dream. Like maybe some of you have been working on some creative idea for a while, but there's been some kind of like kind of clinging to how you think it should look, or attachment to an idea of what the outcome of this creativity should be. It may be that you're attached to like an idea of the material outcome or something, or you're attached to it looking like being like it being a certain form or something like that. And there's something around needing to like let go, drop a sort of mask. It's like maybe some of you have been trying to put something out in a certain way and hoping that it will look a certain way, but it's a false version of you almost, or like a false thing with that mask. It's like you've got to kind of drop the mask. you know, let go of that false self, let your true self come through and shine, and like really just like let your authentic self create this. It's really important to like release and any attachments to like versions of yourself that you kind of would your ego maybe was trying to control. And it's not to say like ego is bad, it has its place, but sometimes it can be trying to keep you safe and trying to keep a kind of mask on you to like, it's like don't show people this side of me because like, you know, they'll judge me or something like that. And like I'm seeing with confidence, and it comes with time and practice, the more you practice releasing this false self, this mask, and showing your true self and letting your true self really shine, the easier it'll get, and the easier you'll be able to create, and the easier you'll be able to like nurture these creative ideas, because they're coming from a really like true place, a really authentic place, and a place of flow, and a place of like just being really receptive to like your authentic ideas, your authentic like divine spark self coming through. Or like if you don't believe in that, you know, you can say that in whatever way, like, you know, the ideas from the universe, or the ideas from, you know, if there's a particular deity or whatever that you believe in, you know, it's not about kind of denomination or anything. It's just about like, you know, your intuition and being receptive to that, like being receptive to the muse, I guess is what I want to say. Being receptive to the muse, being receptive to your intuition, being receptive to creative ideas coming through, and just having the confidence to start opening up to those authentic ideas, because they're really going to lead you really far. And then we've got with card number 22, we've got here, library, take control of your own narrative. So we've got a couple of references here to books, and this person looks like they're in kind of like a library, or they're in their own little personal library with all the books behind them. And then we've got books here and library. So I'm definitely feeling some of you might have a novel in you, or some poetry in you, or a book idea in you, or even essays, or just some kind of prose or writing, or some kind of idea. Maybe it could be a screenplay, or, you know, something like that. But there's some kind of idea that you've wanted to write down. Could be blogging as well. I see some of you maybe wanting to travel blog or something like that, or just blog about, you know, your lifestyle, or, you know, food blogging or something. But there's a need to step into your power and take control of your own narrative, in terms of like you having the courage, I guess, to write what is truly you and be who you truly are, like on paper, or like, you know, in front of a camera, or like on stage, or whatever form your creativity takes. It's like your guides are saying, or your higher self is saying, like, it's up to you to take control of that. Like, don't let other people tell you how your life is going to look. With happy family here, I got the message as well that some of you might have been, there might be some family issues perhaps going on with regard to this taking control of your narrative, where maybe you felt a little bit controlled by members of your family, or a member of your family, or someone in your community, or something like that, where maybe you haven't been able to take this mask off and show your true self, because there's sort of an expectation within your family of like, well, people in our family don't do that. Like, people in our family aren't artists, or they're not writers, or like, don't put yourself out there, like it's embarrassing, or like, we don't want our secrets spilled, or, you know, any kind of like, whatever it is, controlling stuff that you've grown up with. And many of us have grown up with this. It's not to minimize like what you've gone through, part one, but it's just to say that like those blocks that we can get from childhood, from, you know, just being told by an unassuming family member, or, you know, it could even be someone from your school or something like that. Like, you know, maybe you tried writing or something when you were at school, and you were told like, oh, that's not good enough. You need to write in this way. Like, you need to, you know, your writing needs to look like this, or it needs to sound like this, or it's not academic enough, or, you know, something along those lines. And then we internalize these ideas and take it away and think like, you know, the way I write or the way I present myself or the way I create or my art or my dancing or whatever. It's like, it's not good enough. There's no point in me putting myself out there, whatever it might be. And there's a real strong message from your guides. And actually, it's funny that my sodalite crystal just shook on the table then. And it was like, this crystal is really good for tapping into your self-expression. It's linked with the throat chakra, which is the 5th chakra. It's all about self-expression, feeling free to express your authentic self. So it could be a really useful crystal for those of you that are into crystals. Sodalite could be a really, really useful one to be able to tap into that true self-expression. Any kind of creatives, writers, speakers, artists, anyone like that could really, really benefit from sodalite. It's a really useful crystal for that. So there's going to be an opportunity coming through for you to take control of your own narrative, tell your story. You know, maybe some of you are going to write a memoir one day or something like that, or you know, there might be some idea coming through of like how to weave perhaps certain things that have happened to you into a story or something in some way. Like maybe it could even be a short story. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to speculate on exactly what it will look like for you. Pile 1, it'll be different for all of you, but I very much feel like this is my pile of beautiful creatives, my artists. And I do think there's going to be some creative ideas coming through that you might feel a little bit like scared about at first, but it just like trust that if you keep practicing, keep working at it, keep letting the ideas flow through, eventually you'll get used to it, and you'll get used to dropping this mask of like a sort of a false self that you've had to present to the world because of, you know, any kind of control issues from childhood or whatever. You'll get used to dropping that false mask and just presenting, you know, a true self. You'll be really like liberated because that you can see this person, hopefully if the light is holding out on me, you can see this person's kind of chained to this desk. So I feel like there's a little bit of maybe needing to free up your energy with that feminine energy. Like that's why dancing or movement or something could really help free up that flow of energy, get into the flow zone, maybe put on some really good music, you know, try painting or writing or whatever with some good music on, and kind of like move your body, get that energy moving so you're not kind of sort of stuck in a place. So yeah, the other message I got through about family and Vesta here is that for some of you, this may be to do with creativity in the home. So it could be about this opportunity is going to give you a chance to work from home. Some of you might be like mums or dads or something, or like your caregivers in some way, you know, like maybe you look after an aging parent or something and you need to be in the home or something. And this creative project or this creative work, whatever it is, like maybe it's, you know, really stepping into being a writer or being an artist or something like that, or putting your artwork out on like say Etsy or something and selling it. And that's going to bring you a lot of happiness in the home and within your family. Because Vesta is all to do with, Vesta is the goddess of, literally goddess of like home, creating a hearth, creating a beautiful space that is safe and like a sanctuary within the home. It's related to motherhood and like, well, not, I shouldn't say motherhood actually. It's not expressly motherhood, but it's that kind of like nurturing energy, but it's kind of about more like nurturing the inner soul spark of everyone, or the inner creative spark of everyone within the home and within yourself. So it's creating like a really beautiful creative space. And you can see there's all these like colors here, like red, orange, yellow, green. It's like very multicolored, very kind of sort of earthy colors with the green, like nature. And we did have moss agate as well, was your crystal. So getting out in nature could be really relevant to you. Maybe you want to create some kind of role or creation or something that gives you the time and space to be able to spend time in nature, or spend time with your family, or spend time in the home with Vesta there. So my lovelies, that is all the channel messages that I got through for you for the oracle cards. I'm going to move into the tarot portion of your reading now, and I'm hoping the light is going to hold out. I'd really love to film this in natural light. Actually, one sec, let me put a lamp on. Okay, pile number 1, let's have a look at the tarot to see what opportunities are coming through. Whoa. 2 of Swords. With the crystal related to this card is the obsidian crystal. So there's definitely a need to go within and trust your intuition about something. There might be a choice between 2 different pathways. So maybe you guys are really coming up to a bit of a crossroads with this creative work or this creative idea, especially maybe in Pisces season. Yeah, there could well be a point where you kind of have to go within and sort of make a decision between, you know, really following a certain path, because 2 of Swords is often about like sort of 2 competing things, or 2, like a crossroads, or 2, like a decision between 2 different options. So that could be something that might come through for you once I sort of feel like maybe once you've worked on this confidence. And you can really work with Kuan Yin, by the way, with the kindness and nurturing. Kuan Yin can really help you tap into that, having that compassion for yourself, so that you're not say blocked by any negative self-talk that's stopping any of these ideas from getting out there. If there's anything within that you're like, maybe self-critique could be a thing, or you're just kind of, you've internalized some old ideas about things not being good enough, or thinking you need to be more perfect or something. I think this confidence energy is really going to come through the more you can be really compassionate and kind with yourself. So it might be, whoops, one of the flowers just fell off the table. It might be that the more confidence you get to put yourself out there, the more this opportunity grows. And then it actually gets to a point where you've got to make a real decision about whether you follow that path or not. Part number 1. So that's quite exciting. I feel like this could really be a genuine, like, life altering opportunity that's going to come through, a life altering creation that you're going to make, that you have to really make a decision to really pursue and follow, or stay on the path you're on, you know. So let's see what else is coming through. What opportunity offer? Temperance. Wow. Lepidolite. So temperance is all about balance. So this could well be about, again, what I was talking about with the happy family investor, how we had, you know, for some of you, I felt like this creative project might give you an opportunity to work from home, to have more time with your family, or just to have more time in nature, or more time, or just, you know, maybe some of you are just really introverted, you know, and you just don't really want to be going to an office or whatever it is that you have to do on a day-to-day, and you're just like, oh, I just want to be at home writing, or I want to be at home, you know, creating, or whatever it might be. And this opportunity is going to give you more balance in your life, so that you can spend more time doing other things that you want to do, whether that's more time with family or whatever it is, or just more time being able to be introverted, or more time to just, you know, do your own thing, like dance in the moonlight if that's what you want, you know. Let's see what else is coming through for this opportunity or offer. Whoa. Wow. Page of Swords. I love this card. Really gorgeous card. Desert Rose. Page of Swords. So possibly, again, I'm seeing with all this energy that's coming out of her, like, third eye here, and we've got the crescent moon. It's like there's going to be, like, inspiration and messages and, like, intuition that's going to come to you. These 2 cards are really similar. Look at this. They've both got kind of like long hair. Some of you might look a bit like this. It doesn't have to be, like, don't worry if you don't, but it's just, you know, you might have that kind of beautiful, I feel like sort of gorgeous, like, very sensual, very divine feminine, like dancer kind of energy. But they're both quite sort of surrendered as well. Like, even in this Page of Swords, You know, her arms are up, woo, like up and out, like, you know, show me the way, show me some inspiration kind of thing. So definitely some kind of message, some kind of intuition, clarity is going to come to you, I feel like, about this path. And then we've got Three of Coins, cry surprise. So three of Coins is Three of Pentacles, which is all about recognition, success, being rewarded for the work you're doing, being noticed for what you're doing. So maybe this creative project that you start to build the confidence on and start putting out in some form is really going to be something people are going to take notice of. And you might receive actual financial monetary reward for it in some form, or just it might lead to further opportunities or a job offer or like a whole career path in that. So I think there is going to be maybe a little bit of like decision making going on around this creative opportunity, around this creative work that you do. Certainly a bit of balancing, making sure that your energy is really balanced between, you know, giving your time and energy to this work, this creative work, and like, you know, dedicating yourself to it, but also having the time to spend with like your family or your friends or whatever it is. There's going to possibly be some kind of message or clarity that's going to come to you. Just saying, I feel like there might be another message with this. Sorry, pile one. I'm just tuning into this card to see what else. I feel like there's something I've missed. Crescent moon. Yeah, it's just kind of okay. I'm picking up with the brown, and I mentioned about like with the Vesta card with the green and with the moss agate. I'm getting a sort of very earthy vibe. So, and also you had, you know, with this moonlit dance, this person's dancing in the woods. So there's some message around connecting with nature, connecting with the earth, connecting with trees, connecting with forests, getting back out in nature, whether that's swimming, whether that's moving in nature, just walking, being in a forest, being able to clear your energy and really like as you walk through, you know, some kind of woods or forest or whatever nature you can get into, part number one, just really like surrendering and asking your higher self or your intuition, like, what do I need to know? Like, what direction should I go in? What inspiration is coming to me? What should I take action on? It's very much about finding clarity, because swords are often to do with the mind and like your mental state, your thought processes, your mental health, clarity, decision making, all that kind of thing. And I feel like there is going to be a period of clarity coming in for you where you can make a very clear decision on possibly one of these two options that you're juggling. I'm getting sort of different things through for different groups, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. But some of you are at the point with this creative work where, or you're going to be at the point very soon where you are going to need to make a decision and get clear on whether you actually want to follow this path kind of full time. And you might have the actual financial means or financial opportunity to be able to do that, to actually make money from it or find some security or stability or something like, you know, or maybe you've got the support of your family enough that, you know, you can actually follow this path more or less full time, or you can really pursue this path somewhat professionally. For others of you who aren't quite at that point, this will just be more about like surrendering any kind of attachment to the outcome and finding the time to tap into your intuition and see what messages are coming through about, you know, any creative projects that might be useful for you to start, or any creative ideas that might be useful to start pursuing. and eventually a little bit further down the line, it will lead to this 3 of coins for you, but it may not be quite that yet in terms of making a decision to follow that full time. And you'll kind of know where you are on that spectrum in terms of like, if this is something that you've been, you know, already working towards for a while. Like say, for example, you've been creating certain products or something, and you've already done well in a certain realm, like you've sold them to friends and family and things like that, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, these products are great, you need to create more, or this artwork is beautiful, you need to create more and put it out there. And then it's just a case of kind of taking it to that next level where you're kind of monetizing it, right? And you're kind of, say, putting it out in the market, you're putting it out onto like Etsy or something like that, for example. And that's sort of the point you're at. And it's just about like kind of up leveling, I guess, or taking it to that level where, you know, you might get some actual financial success or rewards from that. Whereas others of you, it's just a case of finding time to balance the two sides of you, where like you have some ideas, but you haven't necessarily got them ready enough yet to take them to market, but you just have a lot of like creative ideas buzzing around. And it's just about like finding time to balance both your like day-to-day responsibilities, like you're still perhaps having to go to work, to a day job or something, and then allowing time in the evenings or early in the mornings or on the weekends or something to devote time to your creative work, so that you have that balance, so that you're both, you know, looking after your needs. And maybe that isn't something that you want to necessarily do full time, but you know, on the side you're doing this thing that's going to fulfill you creatively. Okay, my lovely, so I feel like that is all the messages that I have for you. I'm going to just pull a final goddess card for you from a Goddess Dream Oracle. Whoops. I can just grab it here. Okay. The final card for pile number 1. The final guidance card for pile 1. Woo! I'm flipped out. Okay. Oh my goodness. Balance, light and dark. What was I saying about balance? Yeah, temperance. 2 messages about balance. Temperance is all about balance, and then we've literally got balance here. Light and dark. So yeah, I just think it's like finding the balance between your kind of yin and yang side, the part of you that needs to like, you know, take care of your day-to-day needs, and then the part of you that is, you know, creative and, you know, wants to tap into your sort of like feminine side and your like expressive side and your, you know, like dancing or just creating in some way. It's really important to give space for that. So balance is like your overarching guidance message for pile number 1. Take the time, you know, carve the time out, and just trust that, you know, the more you practice something and the more that you work on something, the confidence will build, and then eventually you'll get to this point where this could be something that could bring in a very significant offer in some way, a very significant financial future, or some kind of financial success or reward, or some kind of recognition for sure. But just find that balance between both those sides of yourself at the moment. It's really the critical guidance for you going forward. Okay, pile 1, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming to my channel and listening to this whole reading. If you've been here the whole way through, don't forget to drop me a comment below so I can see if this resonated. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button so I can build the channel up, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye bye. Hi there, pile number 2. If you chose the beautiful Goddess Aphrodite, Eternal Love, and the lapis lazuli pendant here, then this will be your reading. Okie dokie, so let's get into it. I've got some oracle cards here that I've already pre-pulled, and then we're going to go into some tarot messages from the Crystal Magic Tarot afterwards. So to begin with, we have got the Uranus card, which is very appropriate because we have just had about 5 days ago at the time of filming, we've had the new moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of like the rebel, the originator, the one with the innovations and all the new ideas and ways of like connecting with or improving humanity, I guess, is a good way of looking at Aquarius energy. We have got November's Sanctuary. Lovely cozy little card here with a lovely lady and her little cat overlooking a crescent moon, and she's got another little cat cuddling up to her. Super cute. We have got the Rise of the Inner Warrior Solidarity card. And we've got the Mars card as well. Just getting through that, it might be useful for some of you. Some of you might already know your birth chart, but if you don't, it might be useful to look your birth chart up and see where Mars falls in your birth chart, what house it falls in. Okay, we've also got card number 12, the Temple Path. Beautiful. And we have got Evil Queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. We have got card number 34, Voyage, you already have all the answers. And Community card number 7. So just give me a second, pile number 2, and I will make sure it's in shot. Okay, pile number 2, sorry about that. Just making sure you can see all your cards. So, for the messages that I got through for you, pile 2, for the channeled part of your reading, I feel like for some of you, the opportunity that is going to be coming through is one of being able to create a community of your own. I feel like this is something you've been kind of longing for, is very much like going your own way, going your own path, creating your own way of doing things, or maybe even creating your own business or something, and building your own community group in some form or fashion. Because we've got Uranus here. I'm just going to move that out from under there. So we've got Uranus and the Temple Path. And as I mentioned when I showed you this card at the beginning, Uranus is all about being like the rebel or going off and doing things in its own way. It's a planet of like, it's the planet of rebellion, of being the original one, the one who has to do things his own way. He's unique, he's an individual. It's all about how you like individuate and show your individual colors. And also with this blue here, it's like, it's how you uniquely express yourself. And also we have blue with the lapis lazuli is sort of a beautiful bluey navy blue color as well. So like being able to have your own path, carve out your own path that is like your own way. And it might be with the Temple Path here, it might be something related to spirituality. So it could be some kind of like carving out your own spiritual career, your own spiritual role or something. Could be doing something like this, like reading tarot, or reading astrology even, or something completely unique. It could be like energy work or energy healing, or something that no one's ever done before at all, that no one has even heard of, and you've just got the idea, pile number 2, because you're kind of a creative genius like that, and you're ruled by Uranus. Maybe Uranus is really strong in your chart somewhere. It could be in your 10th house, which is the house of career, or in your 9th house, which is all about like expansion and personal philosophy. It doesn't have to be though. It's just that's the energy that is coming in for you as an opportunity that's coming in. You're having the opportunity to carve out your own path, to go your own unique way, to be an individual in the world and do your own thing, work the way you want to, put out the kind of content that you want to put out. Speak up for people is what I'm hearing as well. Again, with the blue energy, that's linked with the throat chakra, which is all about self-expression, pile 2. For those of you that aren't familiar with chakras, just to quickly explain, Chakras are the energy centers in the body, and we have 7 main ones, and they all correspond to different things. And blue is connected with the throat chakra, which is all about how you express yourself and expressing your unique truths, expressing your individuality, expressing your authentic self. And I feel like also for you, Pile 2, it's not only about like expressing yourself, but you're wanting to do this for others. You've got this really like strong fighting energy with Mars here. Mars is also about being like the warrior, being the fighter, being the one who's going to like take action and go after things and stand up for things that they passionately believe in. It's that real sort of Aries energy. Aries is ruled by Mars. So, it's, I mean, it can kind of relate to any of the fire signs, but I'm particularly getting like Aries energy. Some of you may be Aries sun sign or Aries north node or something like that, but again, it doesn't have to be. This is just about energies, so it's not strictly about this has to match your birth chart, so don't worry if you're not, but you have that fighting energy in some form or fashion. You've got that like fire in you, you've got that want to help other people in some way, particularly maybe women or those who are say disadvantaged in some way, maybe like those less economically fortunate, or you know, I'm hearing like race or something, like maybe people have been persecuted because of their race or their ethnicity or their beliefs or something like that. But there's some sense of like wanting to do things your own way, step outside the system, be unique, be a rebel, so that you can stand up for the rights of others, so that you can create a community here that supports others, that protects their rights, that stands up for them. You know, you can really fight their cause. So maybe some of you are like, you could be going into the realm of like humanitarian law or something like that, or you could be wanting to just set up your own like pro bono work, like doing something like that, like fighting for the rights of others, or even like it doesn't have to be like strictly law. It could be like, you know, just writing, you know, writing articles about it. Like maybe you're a journalist, or you do some, like you write a blog, or you just want to like write things that help support other people, or like just put it out on social media or something like that, like create a bit of a community, get a community going around an idea, or even set up like a community group in person. It doesn't have to be just online. It could be that's part of this temple path, part of this going your own way, is to very much set up some kind of like local community group or even national community group. You know, maybe you've got a vision for you know, a group that can do things around like the environment or something. You know, you want to set up some kind of group that fights for you know, the earth and the environment, and you know, like the rights of animals. We've got like, I can't see what that is that a boar? I think that's maybe a boar. Oh, it's like a cow or an ox or something there, and then like a tiger or jaguar or something there. So, so some of you could be like animal rights activists. I'm getting a kind of activist vibe with Mars and this warrior card, this kind of energy of like fighting for rights of something, you know, and like I said, it could be in any field. You'll know if that resonates for you. If none of those things resonate around wanting to go your own path, or fight for the rights of something, or stand up for something you believe in, or protect, or you know, serve something you really believe in, or set up a community around something you believe in, then this might not be the pile for you. Pile 2, it might pay that there might be another pile for you in this reading, or there's just not messages for you in this reading at this time. But this is very much for those of you who are individuals, who are like trailblazers is what I'm getting, pioneers, those who really have this like strength and fortitude to kind of go your own way, to set up your own path, to follow your own calling. It's very much like this is something you're being called to do. It could be in the line of spirituality, like I said, with the sort of temple, or it could just be more like it's your calling, but it's in relation to not something necessarily like as woo-woo as, you know, doing like, say, this kind of stuff, or like you know, crystal healing work or something like that. It could just be like you're feeling called by your soul, but it's to do with something quite practical, or something quite down to earth, or setting up a community around some kind of people who have been disadvantaged. I'm getting for some of you that this could be about setting up like a woman's refuge or something with that sanctuary card here, and there being a woman here in a safe place. It could be that's part of some of the work that some of you are feeling called to do is protecting the rights of women, or creating a women's refuge or a retreat or something like that, where women who, or people who have had some kind of difficulties, whether it be, you know, maybe difficult relationships, maybe they've suffered domestic abuse or physical abuse or sexual abuse or something like that, or even a sanctuary for animals. Again, this woman has got 2 cats here. Maybe you're feeling called to set up a sanctuary for animals, to protect animal rights, to be a warrior for animals, and like really connect animals with their new home, rescue animals or something like that. So it'll be different for all of you, but it's very much with the Aphrodite card and eternal love here. Whatever this new path is, or whatever this path is that you're being called onto, that you're having the opportunity to step into, it is something that you are going to love eternally. Eternal love is like, this isn't to do with romantic love in this sense, my lovelies. So if you're looking for a romantic love reading, I will be doing those on this channel, but this is not that for now. This is more related to your career. So this is more to do with, this is just going to be something that you really, really love to do. Like you're really, it's almost like I'm hearing you're almost addicted to it. Like you love it so much and you're so passionate about it. You're so fired up about it. You're so like, it's such a calling for you. It's such a passion for you. You love it so much, you love the work so much, and you will always love it. It's something that you will always love. So if you're not sure what that is, just think of like something that you genuinely love doing. Like, it should come to you, like don't think about it too much, like it should come to you intuitively. Like, if you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, like if I could do anything in the world, what I absolutely love would be to go and save the whales. Like I would just love to go and be out on the sea and working with whales and marine animals like all day long. I would just kill to do that. I would love to do it. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. If that's the kind of energy you've got, that is what you should follow, pile 2. That is what your guides are saying, is like you're going to have the opportunity to create some kind of community, to go your own path, to go your own way, and to work on something that you're very much passionate about, and that you're very much like fighting for the rights or protecting the rights, or creating a sort of sanctuary for someone or something that is somewhat disadvantaged in the world. So go you, bravo, pile 2, give yourselves a clap, because you guys are brave. You guys are the ones who are on the front line. You are the activists. You are the trailblazers, like I said, with Aquarius energy there, or the Uranus energy there. You are the unique trailblazers, the pioneers, the ones that are setting up, being brave enough to go your own path, being brave enough to set up your own communities around whatever this issue is or whatever this thing is in the world. You're making the world a better place. You're making humanity a better place. It's really, really incredible. And with this evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. That's absolutely it. It's like you're going to be doing that for whoever your like community group is, or whatever this group is like, these are people that have had salt all their lives, whether it's, like I said, women who have had some kind of abuse, or people of some group who have had some kind of abuse or terrible treatment or something. They've had salt, right? They've had salt rubbed into their wounds. It's been painful for them in some shape or form, and you are going to give them sugar. And this might be something you've been through, pile 2, and I'm so sorry if that is something that you've been through yourself, where like, maybe that's why you feel this solidarity with these people, because you've suffered from something yourself, and that's why you're so passionate about fighting for the rights, because you've been the victim of some kind of abuse, or some kind of, whether it's like racial discrimination or sexual discrimination, or some kind of, domestic abuse or something. Whatever it is that you want to fight for and want to stand up for and want to sort of be there for others about, it quite possibly is something that is driven from a place where you've gone through that yourself. And that's where that strength is going to come from, is like, because you've experienced it, so you really know, pile 2, like what it is like for these people, so you can you're so much better positioned to set up this sort of sanctuary for them, this space for them where you can give them sugar, not salt, where you can give them something sweet, or again, if it's like animals, it's like you can create this sanctuary for animals where you can, like, you know, if they've been maltreated, you know, maybe like they've been you know, abused or something, or not fed properly, you're gonna like give them the nourishment that they need. There's very much this idea around like being able to like sweeten their lives in some way. You're going to sweeten the lives of your community in some shape or form, pile 2. So bravo, you guys are amazing. I'm literally like, I feel so honored to be doing this reading for you. This is incredible energy. You're incredibly brave, incredibly compassionate people, incredibly strong people. So like, wow, I literally feel quite emotional. I feel quite like just, I bow down. I really do bow down. Genuinely, I mean that, because you just have so much strength, so much like warrior strength to keep going and to battle through what you've gone through, to be able to get to a point where you can like give to others is just incredible. With this card here, Voyage, you have all the answers. I feel like, I mean, that's just, it's self-explanatory, really. I feel like this is linked with that Uranus thing of like needing to go your own path, like needing to go your own voyage, needing to carve out your own map, and like knowing that you've got all the answers within for where you're going to go, and not following someone else's path, or not like, it's almost like not joining someone else's community or following exactly the formula that they've done for success. It's like the opportunity is there for you to carve out your own path in this thing that you're really passionate about and fired up about and want to like make change in, or, you know, protect people. Like, you have the answers for how to do that. It's all within. You don't need to copy anyone else. You don't need to follow anyone else. And I think this is superfluous, really, pile 2. I feel like you already know that. I feel like you're already, like, you've got that Uranus energy, that Aquarius energy in you really strong anyway. You know that you've got this calling to go your own way. You know that you've got to do things your own way. And you've got that fiery Aries, like, I'm going to be the first. Like, I've got to do this my way. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to listen to my intuition and follow that, and follow my own inner guidance. Like, the map for where you need to go is very much within you. So beautiful reading, pile number 2. That is really incredible. So just watch out for any synchronicities that you get for, like, you know, being able to start carving out this opportunity for yourself. I mean, there's like these cards, there's so much synchronicity here with the temples. Look at this. You've got 3 temples here. There's a temple behind Aphrodite, a temple here, and a temple here. So maybe like temples could be significant for you, like maybe getting a temple space or something could be something that, you know, might be something that might come up for you. It might be something that you're guided towards. And if it's not a literal space, it could be an online space. You know, maybe it's something like on YouTube like this, or you know, it could be any number of things, but there's, what I'm getting is, pile 2, you're gonna receive like internal guidance about how to go about this. Like, you're going to receive the nudge about how to kind of carve out this path. That's going to be your opportunity, and things are going to start like unfolding and unraveling for you as you start to follow that calling. So really beautiful energy there. So let's go into the tarot portion of your reading. I'll leave these cards out. So we've got the Crystal Magic Tarot here. Actually, I just need to shuffle it because I just realized I didn't do that off camera before, in between the piles. Oopsie. Whoops. I'm going to take a little shuffle. Okay, so pile number 2. Let's see what messages the tarot has for you for this new opportunity or path. What messages does the tarot have for you for pile 2? What messages does the tarot have for pile 2 for this opportunity offer that's coming in? Wow, strength. Look at that. Fiery energy. We've got another like big cat. We've got this kind of jaguar or tiger or something here, and then we've got a tiger here. So you guys are fiery and strong, and yeah, you've got the strength within you to do this for sure. Carnelian could be a useful crystal for you, for those of you who are into crystals. But yeah, this is definitely something that, like, never doubt for a second that you don't have the strength to do this work. Like, this is your calling. You can tame that beast, is what I'm hearing. You can tame that beast. So maybe like, yeah, maybe like taming the beast, taming the fears within that might tell you that you can't do this. Like, who am I to go my own way? Who am I to carve out this own path? It's like, no, you have the strength. You can do this. This is like meant for you. And with that, I'm getting with the infinity sign up here and the number 8 as well, like that. Whatever you put out, the universe will bring back. It's like, because you're so giving, and this energy of like creating this community and putting this support out in the world is going to like bring you so much reward back, even though like that's not really why you're doing it. That's not the driver for it, but like it is going to kind of give you, it is going to give you so much. Like, it is going to bring so much back to you. So let's see what other messages for opportunities or offer. Whoa, wow, 8 of coins, west side. Yeah, this is 8 of Pentacles is to do with like mastery of something. So like you are, yeah, you're going to learn so much on this path, and you're going to develop so many skills that are going to be so useful for you. And don't worry that you don't have the skills necessary to take this on, because you definitely do. You can draw on like some existing skills that you have, I feel like, and leverage those, and then from there you'll learn the other things that you need to learn along the way. Like, what knowledge and wisdom you need will come to you, and the resources and support and money will come to you. And you will be recognized as like a leader in this field at some point. Like, you're going to master this, whatever this path is, whatever this thing is you're trailblazing, or whatever this kind of community is that you're setting up, or the work that you're going to create in the world, the sanctuary you're going to create, or whatever it is, you're going to be like a master at that. You're going to be looked up to in some way. Like, you're going to be really well respected in that field, whatever that is. And it could be a completely new field. It could be like you're pioneering some whole new thing, you know, a healing technique, you know, a way of working with people who have been traumatized, you know, a way of working with people who have been victims of something, a way of working with people who have been, I don't know, like maybe even some kind of like a legal pioneer, like you're going to bring in a new law or something, and then, you know, you're going to be looked up to because you've changed the law in some way. Wow, that's really big. My goodness. Part 2, you have to tell me what you do if you feel up to it in the comments below. Like, if that's kind of something you're wanting to do. 3 of Swords. Can I get another message about what is the 3 of Swords about? I feel like it's to do with healing. Again, to do with like healing of people who've gone through something difficult. But let's just see. Whoops, did something flip there? 7 of Coins, Sulfur. Interesting. This card is very interesting. It's got a woman here, and there's a little child. There's a home here and a little child kind of walking along this path, and this woman's kind of looking at the little child, which is a very interesting and specific message on this card, because 7 of Coins is normally to do with kind of like waiting and having patience for the seeds that you have sown to start to sprout, and like just trusting that you've sown them, and you need to allow nature to kind of take its course and things to evolve and things to grow. And there's a period of time where sometimes, like, you know, you're putting in that effort and you may not be seeing rewards immediately, but just trusting that eventually you will get this like recognition, you'll get the money, you'll get the status, whatever. But in this particular case, what I'm getting is like, this is going to be very healing to your inner child. Or you might be doing some kind of healing around children who are, you know, they're victims in some way. They've been hurt in some way. That's a very specific message. So that might just be for a few of you. So just take the parts that resonate and leave the rest. If it's not children specifically you're wanting to work with, but you have a passion to do some kind of protection work, or, you know, fighting, being a warrior for something else, then just take it to mean that it's about that. Like, you're going to help heal whichever group you want to work with, or whichever community you're going to work with. You're going to be very healing. You're going to create it's like you're going to create a new pathway for them. You can see in this card, there's like one path that's gray, that's going like this. There's another path that's kind of dark green, and then there's this golden path, right? And it's like you're giving people a golden path, like or animals or whatever, you know, whatever it is you want to work with, you're giving them a golden path, like a new pathway in life away from whatever this is. This could be their home where maybe there was some abuse, or this could be their job where there was some kind of discrimination, or just some kind of structure where something was not good, right? And you're going to give them the opportunity to like sow some new seeds and see how those new seeds evolve for them. Like, and it will take them off on a whole new, like a parallel life is almost what I'm seeing. Like, it's like a whole other life. Like, if they hadn't met you, pile 2, they would just be on that gray path. They would be stuck on that path. Because for some reason, like, what you're going to do is so groundbreaking and so life-changing. It's going to help them create a whole new pathway. Like, you're going to help so many people create, like, find a new golden path in their life. So, and heal whatever it is that has hurt them or broken them or traumatized them or whatever it might be, right? So you're going to be absolutely instrumental in giving people a new way of life, a new home, a new sanctuary. I do feel like some of you are setting up like some kind of like sanctuary, like a women's sanctuary, like a women's refuge, or like a, you know, a home for people. Maybe some of you are going to be fostering. So, you know, this is like you're going to be looking after children and rehoming them, looking after children who have come from broken homes, something like that. And that's the kind of community you're setting up, or, you know, it could be anything. Obviously, just take it as it resonates, and you'll know what you're passionate about, you know, like if you don't know yet, but you still feel really drawn to this pile, like ask the universe for signs about what it is that you're meant to work with, like what group or what community you're meant to set up, and just be open to seeing what comes through. It might be that, like, if you're not sure what it is, but you still feel very strongly about this, it might be that it's just a timing thing and you just haven't quite reached a point in your life where you can start to take action on this. But just trust that, like, if this is what you're feeling called towards, that like the opportunity will present itself, and you can just ask the universe to like guide you towards what this work is when the time is right. Okay. And it might not be that the time is quite right yet. Like, maybe, for example, for those of you who maybe you resonate with wanting to foster, but like maybe you need to find a home first for yourself, like a permanent home or something. Like maybe you're renting, or you're not allowed to have more people in the household that you're in, or something like that, but you know that you're being really called to foster and work with other children. It might just be that there's going to be a little bit of time to, like, you know, get your like ducks in order kind of thing, like build up the reserves, build up the resources, get to a point of mastering, like, you know, creating the right space and everything to be able to like heal these sorts of people. You might just need to like mature a little bit. But it's not to say like don't give up on this, don't give up on this like dream to kind of do your own thing. It's very much on the cards for you. Wow. Whew, pile two. What a reading. My goodness. Please leave a comment below if you feel up to sharing, because I would love to hear what it is that you guys do or are feeling called towards creating, because you are amazing. Pile two. You're definitely a leader as well with that lapis lazuli. This could be a good crystal for you to work with, because that's very much about stepping into that like leadership role. That sovereignty, like having the courage to lead and be a leader and have sovereignty and yeah, power, I guess, like your own power to go your own way. So I'm going to finish your reading, pile two, with a goddess dream card. Can I have a message for pile number two? Can I have, woo, wow, self-exploration, fairy tales and myths. Beautiful. I love this card. This is so lovely. So yeah, maybe some of you, I feel like this links for those of you who maybe aren't fully sure exactly what this path is yet. And you're not fully sure of how to kind of go about creating this path for yourself. You're a little bit like in the forest, and it's nighttime and you can't quite see very well, and there's a need to kind of do a little bit of self-exploration, like take some time out to like really explore and tune into your intuition and like really connect with yourself to see where you're being guided. There might be a message from, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, pile two. I just had to get the book because I was being guided to read the message from this book. And I also realized that when I pressed pause on the camera, it said 11111. So some of you might be seeing 1111 a lot, which is all to do with alignment. So when you see that number, trust that the messages that you're getting through are very aligned for you at that time. So let's see what self-exploration says. So deep in the forest of your remembering, she comes. In stillness, she comes. In myth, fairy tale, and folklore, she comes, with stories of losing and finding, of depths and height, of loneliness and connection. Goddess encourages you to recall those stories of long ago and far away. They are as relevant now as they have always been, maybe more so. You might like to reread stories from your childhood or discover anew some myths, folklore stories, and fairy tales. See if they touch something deep within you that has lain forgotten all these years. Perhaps there is a message hidden there that might help with a current concern. Dig deep, for the message may well be buried. Persevere, and with Badger's strength and determination, and we got, sorry to interrupt, but we got strength here. So strength and determination is a big message for you. There's a lot around like persevering with this dream. Persevere, and with Badger's strength and determination to help you, much may be revealed. Like music distantly heard, initially the notes come separately on the breeze, but as you get nearer, they unite to form a tune. So it is with myths and fairy tales. As they take you into a voyage of self-discovery, gradually the symbols, paradigms, and archetypes come together to throw light on areas of inner darkness, bring healing to old wounds and connection to your inner self. And sorry to interrupt again, but I just want to say, I feel like this is to do with this like Three of Swords as well. So there's a lot around like healing both yourself and others, and whatever the healing that you've done for yourself and that you've had to walk through for yourself, you're going to then be able to soon be in a place where you can bring that healing to others as well. So a lot around like perseverance, strength, and healing here for you. Explore the area around where you live, the countryside, woodland, parks, rivers, lakes, and sea. Wherever you are, the land and water will have a story to tell. Spend time seeing if you can hear the story that is being told. In hearing the story, you become one with it. Goddess is speaking to you through every tree, plant, mountain, valley, blade of grass, and droplet of water. Listen, listen. And the affirmation is, I can make the voyage of self-exploration through fairy tale, myth, and folklore. So I feel like for you, Pod 2, there might be some like some kind of fairy tale or something from childhood that might be something that you could connect with to help, like with this healing around maybe some inner child healing you might need to do, or some connecting with like a past self, you know, a past version of yourself, maybe like even your teenage self or something like that. There was some kind of story or program or movie. I'm hearing like specifically the movie Brave might be useful to some of you. So something around a story or a movie or something that you felt particularly connected to might be really helpful in unlocking this path for you, and this like getting the signs and the confirmations and the reassurance that you need to like go forward on trailblazing this path through. So I feel like that is all the messages that I have for you, Pile 2. I hope that resonated for you. Please leave me a message below if it did. I would really love to hear from you and see if you have any ideas of what this incredible path is that you're wanting to go down. I feel like it's a really amazing journey that you're on, Pile 2, and the healing work that you're going to do and the community you're going to create is going to be like so powerfully helped by you. So never give up, never like doubt that you know you don't have what it takes to do this. You definitely do. So all the best with your journey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you felt it resonated for you, so it tells YouTube to send it out to other people who might also resonate. Hit the subscribe button so that you you can see further readings from me, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. And all the best with your journey, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye.